Hello, this is my review for Halo Reach, released in 2011. Hello, this is my review for Halo Reach, released in 2010. As I said, I was never the biggest fan of the Halo series, mainly because I think it was kind of distant in terms of its main character, and it didn't really allow for you to get into it. Like, some people might be able to get into it in terms of being able to project their own vision onto the character, but to me, I kind of like my characters to have some kind of story, because I can get into stories. If there's a good story, I'll get into it, and I don't mind being told what the story is. And I think there was a story, obviously, in Halo, but just the main character was this guy, which is kind of like a staple for most video games, but I prefer my characters to have a little voice and have a little bit of more depth, perhaps. Um, However, Reach does kind of give that. What Reach does is it kind of gives you, for the first time maybe, next to ODST, these kind of characters that you can kind of really get into their story, because they have stories projected through voice acting and all that kind of stuff, and perhaps it's just a little richer for that. Um, it still has the great but familiar set pieces, yeah, but they're still really good. And I think more than any of the Halo series, the actual levels are kind of more varied from level to level. You'll go to like the usual beach type ones, then to more kind of like there's a bit where you're in this kind of canyon that was quite cool. Little bits that, and then there was one bit that you're in like a place, and then you're suddenly in ice, and it was like the kind of variations of environments and hazards was really interesting. As I say, I think the story is probably the best of the series. I love the way it ties with the first one. And it's kind of because it does tie with the first one. You know how the first one goes, and you know the story of Reach. There's that great feeling of kind of doom and dread going over the series, and you know when you're playing the game that obviously it doesn't end too well. Um, and the way they end certain aspects of the game is really interesting and shocking and well done. So it's actually my favourite game of the Halo series. I just finished it last night, in fact, on co-op, and I had a great time playing it. So I'd recommend anyone to check it out.